Y'all see the AFC on my shirt, Advocates for Children. Do y'all know what one of my famous hashtags is? Y'all make sure to tell the people. Please make sure y'all tell the people that this came from me, AFC hashtag. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. That is a very true statement, and I'm grateful that it actually is making an impact and is sticking in people's minds because I want you to know if you're dating people who are hard, whether they're criminals, whether they're street people, whether they, whatever it is, ex criminals or anything like that, just know that it comes with a level of danger that you might not want to involve yourself with or your children. I always try to tell people the best way to get out of a domestic violence relationship is to not get involved in domestic violence to begin with. Let's get into the details. Let's get it. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm getting this article from Law and Crime. Thank you, Law and Crime. A mother of four in Texas taking the L, was gunned down by her boyfriend, allegedly, but I think it was going to come to find out, I think it's going to be true. But she was gunned down by her boyfriend and dumped in a Fort Worth, Texas field where a landscaper found her shot to death and she didn't have no pants on. Good Lord, what did this fool do to this woman? Not only does she have four kids that are now not going to have a mother, I want y'all to also just imagine how crazy that is to go into a field and just see a dead person, bullet holes probably bleeding everywhere, and probably showed signs of sexual assault with her not having no pants on. This woman, this mother, I'm not going to make any jokes or anything like that about her size or anything like that, but I'm just saying, man, this is craziness. She was found dead without pants, leading to a murder investigation that police closed with the help of her children. Okay? She had four kids. Y'all saw the pictures. I blocked their faces out so that doesn't put them in any harm. Tateria McGuire, 32 years old, was found by a landscaper on December the 5th, so this was right at just over a month ago, who was mowing a gated property owned by the City of Fort Worth Water Department, according to police officials. Her boyfriend, Lee Darren Tilley, 37 years old, 5 years older than her, has been arrested for her murder. How many of those kids do y'all think were his? Beautiful kids. I just hate to see a bunch of kids by a bunch of men and then expecting for the next man to come in and take care of those kids as if they belong to him. Having this man treat you better than no man has ever treated you. I think it's just a horrible mentality for us to keep producing all these kids with no real structure, no real family, just this stupid ass idea of what they believe love looks like. Love means that I can do whatever the hell I want to with my life, with my womb, and produce as many kids as I want, and eventually I'm going to find me the right sucker, brother, to settle down with you and take care of all of these kids and treat them as if they belong to him, which he probably got kids of his goddamn self. And that's the ghetto love story that we're all familiar with. I talk about black folks like this because I've been black for a long time, believe it or not. I know some of y'all probably thought that I was probably in blackface, but I ain't. I ain't. Now, according to Tilley's arrest affidavit, which was viewed by Law and Crime, McGuire was found shot to death in a field wearing a shirt, underwear, socks, and one shoe. An investigation was launched by the Fort Worth Police Department, who discovered that McGuire had been reported missing by her mother on December the 3rd after she failed to return her calls and text messages. A welfare check was conducted at her residence in Arlington by local police. So that's about, depending on what part of Arlington, it's about a 15-minute difference, maybe 20-minute difference, depending on the traffic between Fort Worth and Arlington. It's not far. The woman's boyfriend, Lee Darren, Ledarren, Tilley, Tilley, told police he last saw McGuire on December the 2nd when she left her residence alone. McGuire's children, however, had a different story. Shout out to these babies for telling on this pussy. I mean, this wonderful, loving man. Her children told McGuire's mother that Teteria and Ledarren left the house together, according to Tilley's affidavit, and that Ledarren returned the following morning by himself to take the children to school. Probably her children, probably not his. Interviews with the children led police to find out that Tilley carries a gun and it's either on his person or in the vehicle, according to the affidavit. The children allegedly talked about a history of domestic violence between the mother and boyfriend, the document says, noting how it had been going on for the past couple of months. Detectives reached out to Tilley to talk about McGuire's children, who are not his. Let me say again, who are not his. Let me say it again for those listening in the back of the video who might be, hey, way back there, might not be listening. These kids don't belong to him. Why does it matter? Because you keep bringing strange NIGGAs around your goddamn kids. Stranger danger. You don't want to date this man and not bring him around your children. If you want to go argue with the argument about my narrative, then go argue with Law and Crime, because they is the one that put out the information. I repeat, detectives reached out to Tilley to talk about what McGuire's children, who are not his, were saying about him. He admitted to fighting on and off with McGuire, but claimed they were getting along all day before her disappearance on December the 2nd. Let's take, and thank you for showing some love. Thank you for the donation. I see you. I'm going to click that thumbs up. Thank you, love. I got my little doggy right here. It's not my doggy, but I'm doggy sitting. And he's asleep. Let's talk about this dynamic and why women like these thugs. Women like these thugs. Why? How long have I been saying this? For a bunch of years on my channel. Because they believe that this violent ass behavior will never happen to them. They'll do it to everybody else. They'll be protective. They'll protect her kids. But he'll never do me like that. You knew what type of person this is. Y'all seek these type of people out. Ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all know a thug when you see a thug. He walk like a thug, talk like a thug, and does thug behavior. Y'all know what a thug is. This is not news to anybody. What might be news to others is this. You think that they're going to do that behavior to other people, maybe other men. But he's never going to disrespect me as his queen, y'all. But I'm going to tell you this, ladies. Y'all need to be a hell of a lot more careful. I love you, and this is the only reason I'm telling y'all this. Y'all can continue to be fools in love if you want to, but I'm only telling you this because I care. These men are going to look at your babies and understand and look at them and realize that they look like the man that you slept with and had sex with and had unprotected sex with, a whole lot of skeeting and sliding around on that big rump of hers, producing kids 9 months at a time to the tune of 4 to 5 kids. So clearly that's a lot to take on. Literally and figuratively. Produce these kids, bring them into this world. Now they have personalities and names and dads and child support and responsibilities. And you think that he's going to lay up with you and he never thinks about all of these men who have been all up and through his lady to the tune of at least maybe 3 to 4 to 5 different men? I'm just telling you what's running through his head. On top of that, these women like to think that they got these men in check. These men ain't going to disrespect them and they're not going to leave them. And you tend to talk to these men any type of freaking way that you feel like you want to, based on how you feel, based on what he do or not do. Until the day that your thug lion snaps on you. This time you took your kids to the thug zoo and it only affected your life. But it affected your kids too, because now they ain't got no mama. Maybe the biological fathers can come in and be real fathers now and come take custody of them kids, and I hope that they do. That's what your thug costed you. Why does it matter to me? I'm just sick of seeing it happen. It's just that simple. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it does get on your nerves. Hopefully I do strike a nerve because I want to strike change. I'm not trying to just hurt people for the hell of hurting people. I want to see y'all stop making these same stupid ass choices. I want to be the thing that's ringing in your head when you get in these relationships and you think, I have watched DJ's videos before. And guess what? I see myself in this situation now that I've been yelled at, cussed at, slapped, and threatened. I want to be the voice in your head to know, damn, Jay was right. LaDarren stated that while driving back home from Irving, McGuire began arguing with him. Like I said, she feel like she can say whatever she want to her thug because he's never going to disrespect her. Once at the residence, LaDarren dropped Tatira off. I can't read these names. Tatira off and left in a Tahoe, driving straight to his father's house in Dallas. Therefore, according to his own statement, there would have been no reason for him to pass the secluded area where the body was located, which is inconsistent with the data. In addition to the statements from McGuire's children, police say that they were able to catch Tilly in his travel lie, as well as surveillance video allegedly shows him driving to and from the area where McGuire's body was found. Liar. Tilly also told detectives he was the only one driving his white Chevy Tahoe that day and night. Due to the victim's children providing information that LaDarren was the last person to be seen with Tatira alive and returning without her, with an explanation that was false, his statements to police that are clearly false due to video evidence, and his admission of being in control of the Tahoe the entire night, it is clear of his involvement in her death. There was a GoFundMe that was launched, which I did not see this. Y'all know I like to talk about these GoFundMes. Let me see if I can get this on the screen for y'all real quick. I want to see how many hundreds of thousands of dollars they're asking for. Pretty close. Not quite 100,000. But pretty close. Hold on. Here we go. Because mom didn't have no life insurance, I'm assuming they're asking for $30,000. Why? Let's see. To give her a proper burial, so that would mean that they don't have burial money. Am I wrong for saying that? If you're asking for burial money, that means you don't have money for burial. Am I right or am I wrong? So since I'm right about that, they're asking for $30,000. They've raised $10,000 so far. If y'all want to donate, there's the link. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying we all as adults should have life insurance. Our families should be able to bury us. It's just that simple. Now, let me give you guys a little bit more information here. If you want to donate, it was launched by McGuire's family for funeral expenses, the sweetest person who would do anything for anyone. She tragically and unexpectedly was shot and killed by her boyfriend, leaving behind 4 beautiful children. This is an incredibly difficult time and the family needs support. Jail records show that Tilly is being held at the Tarrant County Jail on a $250,000 bond. Why is it not $1 million bond? Why does he get a bond at all? But I digress. Let me give you guys a fair usage and then we'll watch the news videos. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. In my humble opinion, GoFundMe should only be taken care of what's needed and not what's wanted. Let me say that again. GoFundMes like this for burials should only take care of what is needed, not what's wanted. So whatever the cost is, actual cost of the burial is all that should be applied. That's all I'm saying, just a personal opinion. I feel sorry for the kids. I think those kids ought to go with their biological fathers. So since I haven't been wrong about much, y'all prove me if I'm wrong, but I think those kids probably got multiple dads. Different dads for different kids. Them dads ought to come get custody.
Grandmother is mourning her daughter and stepping in to raise her children. The woman from Arlington was shot and killed by her boyfriend. Tateria McGuire was a mother of 4, and Brittany Moncrief just spoke with her mother about taking care of her grandchildren while coping with unbearable grief.
Patrice Bowden remembers the moment she learned what true love was.
She is like a breath of fresh air. She's my firstborn.
Her daughter, Tateria McGuire.
To have her and love her was like, oh my goodness.
She's grateful Tateria, a mother of 4.
They were her everything.
Got to experience that true love too.
She would never leave her children. Never, ever, ever.
So when she couldn't reach Tateria the night of December 2nd and the day after,
I immediately knew something wasn't right.
Patrice reported her missing. According to documents obtained by WFAA, she and Tateria's children told Arlington PD that Tateria and her boyfriend, LaDarren Tilley, had been fighting. The children also told police he carries a gun. An arrest warrant states Tilley, who is not the children's father, told police he hadn't seen Tateria since dropping her off at home Monday night and returning the next day to take the kids to school.
I was devastated because we didn't know where she was.
That devastation only getting worse after a landscaping employee found Tateria's body in this wooded area off Greenbelt Road, owned by Fort Worth Water Department, December 5th. Documents show she was shot multiple times and was partially clothed. Law enforcement also placed Tilley's vehicle in that same location the night she went missing, later charging him with murder.
To know that she gave and gave and gave and it wasn't enough hurts me.
Patrice says Tateria planned to end the relationship, sharing this photo of her and her children joining a church the day before she was killed.
Those babies need me, and I have to do everything in my power to keep them protected, and I will.
Continuing to show what true love is. In Tarrant County, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Fort Worth police say they have arrested a man accused of shooting and killing his girlfriend. Investigators say a landscaper found the woman's body on city property.
NBC5's Sophia Beausoleil is live for us in the newsroom. Sophia, you were able to speak with the woman's family.
Meredith and Brian, just a sad situation. I spoke with Tateria McGuire's mother over the phone this afternoon. She's understandably upset and heartbroken. She says she talks to her daughter every morning on the phone, and she knew something was wrong when her daughter didn't answer her calls last week.
It was here on Greenbelt Road in Fort Worth on December 5th when a landscaper made the discovery of a woman's body in this field, owned by the City of Fort Worth Water Department. Detectives say the victim had multiple gunshot wounds. While investigating, they found a receipt near the woman, which helped them identify her as 32-year-old Tateria McGuire, a mother of 4. Police later learned she had been missing from the Arlington area for at least 3 days. According to an arrest warrant, the woman's children told police they last saw their mom with her boyfriend, 37-year-old LaDarren Tilley, on December 2nd. They told police the boyfriend showed up the next morning without their mother and took them to school. They also talked about a history of domestic violence between their mom and her boyfriend, and that he would carry a gun on him or in his car. Police interviewed Tilley and said his story didn't add up to the evidence investigators had and arrested him for murder.
4 beautiful kids that did not deserve to lose their mother in such a tragic way.
This case hits close to home for Latasha Williams. She's the founder of Cheryl's Voice, a Fort Worth nonprofit focused on domestic violence awareness. Latasha started the charity in honor of her own mother, who was killed by her father, who then took his own life. Latasha was only a year and a half old and witnessed the tragedy. She's now focused on helping children who have survived similar situations.
Immediately when I saw that the kids had made a statement, and it was 4 of them, it immediately took me back to my own personal life, and it broke my heart, to be honest, because I'm like, I do the work because I don't want another kid to lose their mother in such a way.
Now Tateria McGuire's family is preparing for her funeral, trying to navigate through the pain as they seek justice for this mother, daughter, and friend. Reporting in Tarrant County, Sophia Beausoleil, NBC5.
And I really hope that people understand, especially my people in Texas who might get mad about this, because I know they're going to get mad because they probably knew her. They're going to get mad because they probably feel some way about the kids also. But really more than anything, they're going to get mad because they feel like, oh, I'm a traitor to my race, right? Of course, we're going to hear that bull crap. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the things that I'm saying, if you were to follow what I say, and be mindful of who you date. And maybe if you have 4 kids, maybe the last thing you should be thinking about doing is dating. These kids are very young and very vulnerable. Maybe stop being so selfish in general. Not all ladies, but in general, maybe stop being so selfish to think that you can date when you got a bunch of kids, because those kids take a lot of responsibility. So here's what's funny about what the grandmother said. The grandmother actually said that these children were her everything. Everything except for dick. She still had to have that too. And if you ask me, 4 kids proves that you probably have had enough of it. That's more than plenty. Focus on that. Focus on working. Focus on maybe creating a relationship with the fathers. There's a lot of shit to worry about. Then getting with the next person that's probably going to produce the next kid. What's wrong with me saying that? If you follow what I'm talking about, that actually make us better. That would have protected her, would have protected the kids that she already has, and maybe even prevented her from getting pregnant with the next one. Just because you want to produce pictures like this and say this is black love, black power, black family, black unity. This is none of that. Wrong mentality. And I continue to prove it with my stories. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Keep those children in your prayers. And I don't know, pray that maybe somebody will listen at some point. Okay? Thank you.